everything out. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Crypto Angel Show. Let's see what's going on in Bitcoin. Yes, we're going live earlier today, but it's because the market's doing crazy things, so I do want to talk about what's going on. So I'll also be live on Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time. So let's look and see what Bitcoin's doing right now. And let's first of all start with the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Currently, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, if I can find it, is currently sitting at 34. It would probably also help if I shared my screen with you, so let me do that really quickly for you guys on YouTube. Right now, we are sitting at 34. I feel like we've been at 34 for a while now, but that is currently where we are sitting on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. So, nonetheless, that's where we stand, and we will see what happens from here. Now, let's go over to Bookmap and kind of see what's going on with Bookmap. This shows you where the most liquidity is at, the most orders are at on Bitcoin. If you look on the left-hand side, we can see that there's more liquidity to the upside. Bitcoin is also going to the upside out of a falling wedge that I was talking about in my trading group. But right now, Bitcoin is trying to break 85K, and actually even more so, we have resistance at 84K. So let me look at that really quickly. Let me turn the music down. I feel like that's too loud. Let me go over to this chart right here. And right now, Bitcoin had the symmetrical triangle. They break down 50% of the time. The measure move was 67,000. Overall, that has not started to play out yet. Let me zoom in here on this chart a little bit more, and I'll kind of show you what I see going on. And I can't remember what chart. Yeah, it was on this chart where I had it going on. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame had this falling wedge here. It makes more sense if I look at the 1 hour. On the 1 hour time frame, we have this falling wedge here that has so far been breaking to the upside, and we will see what happens. But for right now, it is looking more bullish than bearish. And if we look at the 3-day time frame, I'll get to that in a second, it looks very bullish as well based on a pattern I see in the charts. So right now, the measure move out of this falling wedge to the upside is $84,800. That's also where we have resistance. So let's see if we can get up to that level. Hold on. But right now, that is the next level. And also, Bitcoin has to get above 83,900. If you break 83.9, your next step is 84.8. If you break 84.8, I'd be looking for 86.59. So basically 86,100. Those are the levels you have to get above. If we could break above $86,938, we could flip that resistance into support. And then if we get up to the next resistance and then come back down, hopefully I would like to see Bitcoin reuse 83.9 or 84K as support. That could happen later today or tomorrow if we continue to see the pump to the upside. But right now, Bitcoin is overbought on the smaller time frames, so it's really more likely that right now we kind of consolidate. Unfortunately, like even the 4-hour time frame right now is overbought. The 6-hour time frame for Bitcoin doesn't look fantastic either. Actually, the 6-hour is pretty good. Look, the RSI is still curving to the upside. You still have more to go, so the 6-hour time frame could get you to that measure move at $84,800. The 8-hour time frame, kind of the same situation. It does not look too bad. 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin looks phenomenal. If you just trade the 12-hour time frame alone, yes, you're below the 200-day moving average. But if you just trade the 12-hour time frame alone, I would venture to say that we should be getting a move to the upside here. There's a lot of clutter on my chart, so let me clear this up a little bit. But the 200-day moving average, where is that sitting on Bitcoin right now? Oh gosh, I do not want to do that, so bear with me. So where is the 12-hour 200 sitting? Well, we have the 200-day smooth moving average at 85,500. Let me just get rid of that really quickly. Yeah, where's the 12-hour 200-day moving average? Why is that not on my chart? Am I blind? Hold on. Let me remove all the drawings, and we got to kind of restart. Why do I? Oh, it's way up here. It's way up there. So let me go back a little bit. Yeah, we're well below the 200-day moving average on the 12-hour time frame. I got way too much clutter on my chart right now. So that is all the way up at $93,600. That's why I can't see it, because it's way above us. And that is not a good sign for the 8-hour. But I do like the fact that, again, we're oversold on the 8-hour time frame. What worries me a little bit is I'm going to just clear my chart one more time because I think I need to restart because I think I have too many lines on my chart. What worries me a little bit is the 12-hour, yes, we're still oversold, but is the 12-hour time frame going to make some kind of bear flight? That would be my only concern for Bitcoin right now on the 12-hour time frame. and I don't want to see this happen. But if this does happen, then we have to be aware that it could be a possibility. It looks to me like, I mean, given the fact that 12-hour time frame is almost at the top of the pattern, or is at the top of this bear flag, potential bear flag, and you're still oversold, suggests to me that we're going to pump out of this bear flag back to the upside. And then if I go up to the daily time frame, you can see the daily time frame is oversold, the 2-day is overbought, and the 3-day isn't that bad. I would just like to see this make some kind of inverted head and shoulders, and we'll see if we can get that to happen. It would look something like this. Here would be your left shoulder, here would be your head, and then you would have to make a right shoulder there, and then you would get moved to the upside. That is a potential play. If that does happen, that'd be very bullish, and those do break up 68% of the time. The measure move would be from your top wick there to the bottom of your head, and that would be your measure move to the upside if that does end up playing out. That would give you approximate measure move if Bitcoin does make it inverted head and shoulders on the 3-day time frame of approximately $106,500. We'll see if we can get that to happen. So that is a possible play that I do see on the 3-day, but so far very much unconfirmed. We would need to see that happen. So smaller time frames, going back to the smaller time frames, I would need to see Bitcoin get some more love on the smaller time frames. So far, I haven't seen that. And again, Bitcoin really does have resistance right now, $83,900. So you would have to break that resistance as well. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, Bitcoin really is overbought on the smaller time frames, and it's kind of it just has to break through this level here, 83.9, and then I said 84.8 was your next resistance, so 84.9 was your next resistance. So that's why I see those are the next two levels that I'd watch for Bitcoin for a possible move to the upside. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. But for right now, Bitcoin has to break 83.9, and then I would basically say 84.9 is your next resistance to the upside. 84.9, 85K in that range is your next real resistance to the upside for Bitcoin. So with that being said, let me go over, and we are live on YouTube and TikTok as well. So that's kind of what I just want to let you guys know that. If you guys want to join the trading group, link to join is in the description below. I post Bitcoin and altcoin setups every day of the week. I talked about Tesla earlier today. Tesla looks pretty bearish to me. I'm still not in a Tesla long right now. If you guys want to join the Telegram, so you're notified every time I post a video or go live, like to join is in the description below. But yeah, that's kind of what I see going on for Bitcoin. I kind of see short term for the rest of the day, probably sideways or a pullback, but I do see Bitcoin probably cracking 85K sometime tomorrow. And I believe Bitcoin's bottom is in at 78K based on a 3-day time frame, but anything can happen. We will see what happens, and we will go from there. Bitcoin also on the 50-minute time frame kind of made this rounded bottom, and that helped you get the move to the upside. But yeah, Bitcoin right now does have short-term resistance around 83.9, and if you can't break that resistance, I see the next support to the downside at $82,700 for Bitcoin. So those are the kind of the price ranges that we're trading between. We're kind of range bound now between 82,700 and 83.9. So until you break one of those two levels, that's kind of the range we're in right now. So if you're right now, you're closer to the top, so you could take a short to the bottom. I would not take that short right now because the higher time frames do look bullish to Bitcoin. But you could get one more bounce off 82.7 and then break 83.9 maybe later today or tomorrow. That's just the most likely scenario for Bitcoin. I would also stay away because the 50-minute time frame right now is away from the 21-day moving average. So it's likely that you do come back down for the rest of the day, back down to probably 82.7, and then probably sometime tomorrow get that bounce to the upside. So I'm going to project this is the most likely scenario for Bitcoin for the rest of the day is some kind of move to the downside. Maybe you can make some kind of falling wedge, and then sometime tomorrow you could possibly get a bigger or larger move to the upside and then break that resistance there at 84.9, 85K. The measure move is approximately 85.3. But if you want to be conservative and just take it to the next resistance at 84.9, 85K, that is an okay scenario as well. So that's what I see. I project the rest of the day, Bitcoin goes sideways or down as low as really 82.6, 82.7. And then sometime tomorrow, we could really get a bigger move to the upside. So let's see what happens. But that's kind of what I project for the next 24 to 48 hours. If you guys want to know what I project beyond that, you'd have to join the trading group so you can get my plays when I'm not live or posting videos on YouTube. Thank you guys for the likes on TikTok. If you guys have any requests, let me know and I'll look at them. But that's just what I see going on right now. And let me just make sure that I didn't miss anything in the chat. But that's kind of that's what I see going on for Bitcoin for the next few hours and for the next few days. Or next few, I would say next few hours, not next few days. So the next day or two, though, I project Bitcoin making some kind of falling wedge and then going back to the upside. So, yeah, that's just the most likely scenario, and that's what I got for you guys tonight. I'm only in one trade right now, and it is on the SPA token. And this is a descending triangle. It's taking a while to play out, but it is a descending triangle atop the range right now, overbought. I would pretty much say we are bearish on SPA unless you can break this most recent high wick here above the flag. If you don't break 11.8, we'll say, if you don't break 1.8 cents, I would be looking for a continuation to the move to the downside on SPA token. I'm going to short on this. I entered this short of about a few days ago. At this point, the swing trade at 13.33 cents. And that's what we got going on. My stop loss is above it. My stop loss is at 12.92 right now, 1.29 cents. We'll see what happens, but that's my trade. And now this descending triangle has a measure move of 0.9 of a penny. So that's what I am doing right now. Beyond that, I am not in any other positions. So that is the trade I'm in. I talked about this when I entered it. I gave this trade to my trade group the other day, and that's just what I see going on for SPA token. There's really a bigger measure move to the downside. Even if you look at the 4-hour time frame, even the 4-hour time frame is overbought. But I did enter this trade on the half-hour time frame, so we'll see what happens. The 6-hour time frame for SPA isn't overbought yet, but the 4-hour time frame does not look that great to me. Again, if you do not break this most recent wick here, 11.75 or 11 or 1.8 cents, I should say, I'd be looking for a continuation to the downside on SPA. So thank you for the follow from Ben. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's just, SPA looks like a move to the downside unless you break 1.8 cents. And that's the only trade I'm in right now at the current moment in time. So, and I posted a few videos on XCN earlier today as well as XYO. But again, the market to me looks like you could have bottomed there at 78K for Bitcoin based on the higher time frame. So we'll see what happens. But again, my call for the rest of the day is sideways or down as low as 82.6. And then really, I'd be looking for a move probably to 84, 85K sometime later this week. So if you guys, thank you, Alex, for the follow. If you guys have any requests for altcoins, let me know and I'll look at them. But I gave you my Bitcoin analysis for the day. Honestly, I see altcoins probably going sideways or down for the rest of the day if Bitcoin keeps going down. And then sometime tomorrow, we could see a bigger pump for the entire market. That's kind of where I leave it. This is usually my shorter stream of the week. My longer stream will be on Saturday, but that's what I see going on for the rest of the week is I move to the downside. Wait, today is Monday. Yeah. Wait, today's Monday. So actually today's my longer stream of the week. I don't know what I'm saying. Saturdays are my shorter streams. So actually, yeah, this is my longer stream of the week. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. Usually Saturdays are my shorter stream. So anyways, that's what I see going on for the markets. I guess I will look at Tesla really quickly because I want to look at Tesla. So I'm out of Tesla right now. You can see that on the 333-minute time frame, you're oversold. You're coming down to a support right now on Tesla at $240. And frankly, if you lose $240, you're going back to the range lows almost. Your next support is 216, but the range lows were 211 from back on the 10th of March. So to me, I would love to be accumulating Tesla at these prices, especially below that range low. Now, I would say this, if Tesla loses that range low, your next support is, if below 211, you're looking at 183 on Tesla. I don't know why I have two supports in the same area. So really your next support, I would say it would be these range lows right there at 215. I don't think there's another support at 211. The next support I see below 215, I would say would be 183 for Tesla. And that's kind of what I see going on for Tesla right now. Is really just a continuation to the downside. Because if you look at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame, it just got back below the 200-day moving average. You're overbought. You're almost overbought on the 1 hour for Tesla. That's a lower high, and the 1 hour suggests that you're about to roll over and continue down and make a lower low below 243. And again, the next support for Tesla that I do see, as long as you're below 267, the next support for Tesla is 238. So we'll see what happens. But I got to be honest, guys, Tesla looks bearish, and I'm still, since I sold about 2 or 3 months ago, in the 300 range, I'm still not back in. I sold at 327 about a month and a half ago, and I'm still not in a Tesla long right now. So that's just what I see going on. Tesla looks kind of bearish to me. And wow, we're up to 439 likes. Appreciate it. But that's what I see going on for Tesla. So if I go long in Tesla, I'll let you guys know. Last time I went long in Tesla, I went long at, I don't even remember what price it was. But it was probably around 227, I think it went long, and then I sold at 330. So nothing crazy, but that's what I see going on right now is a continuation of the downside on Tesla. I'm still watching this. I think it's probably way overvalued right now. But I believe that Tesla is the Bitcoin of the stock market. I mean, it's down 4.3% today. Bitcoin is literally it's at up 1.2. So for Tesla for the stock market is very volatile. I mean, usually stocks don't move 4% in a day, almost every day of the week. So we'll see what happens. But to me, that's what I see going on for Tesla. I know that's not crypto related, but again, it feels like I should go over it right now. So we are surely doomed. Well, I think you just got to take it with a grain of salt, man. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess short term, you could say I think Tesla looks more bearish than Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I don't know about doom. That might be a little bit of an overstatement, but yeah. So I don't see why we got only one person watching on YouTube. That's kind of crazy. Although to be fair, this is not the normal time I go live, so that is fair. I'm going live earlier today because I have to work later tonight, and I don't think I'll be back in time for a live stream. So I wanted to make sure I still got in today versus tomorrow. But yeah, that's just what I see going on for the market. Now, there's a lot of these coins out here that are just not doing much. But I don't know what else do you guys want me to go over? That's kind of what I want to go over today. And a lot of these altcoins are just lackluster, not doing much. And it's kind of unfortunate because a lot of the coins I hold just haven't done anything, and it sucks. I don't hold many altcoins. I have 90% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. And speaking of that, I'm actually very tempted to buy Bitcoin today, more Bitcoin for my long-term bag today, based on what the market's doing. Because I believe Bitcoin's bottom is put in on the 3-day time frame, but I could be wrong. On the 3-day time frame, I see an inverted head and shoulders trying to form. We will see. Anything can happen, though, and I'm very open-minded because so far, overall, if you just look at the macro picture, I can see why it's bearish. I mean, obviously, we're in a massive downtrend on the 3-day time frame, and until you put in a higher high on Bitcoin on the 3-day time frame, you're not bullish. That would be all the way above 90K, basically. So to me, Bitcoin is still bearish on the 3-day, but I'm hoping we can make some kind of inverted head and shoulders here on the 3-day and get on out of here. So that would be kind of what I would be hoping for. Yeah, it doesn't look fantastic. I'll say that. This is just trying. Maybe this is me trying to be bullish on Bitcoin right now. Maybe this is an inverted head and shoulders, but it's a potential idea that I did see, and I did want to share it with the group. So that'd be your shoulder. Here's your head. And then here's your next right shoulder. And then that would basically suggest, if this does happen, that you get a move straight back to the upside just as fast as you came down into this left shoulder, you'd be leaving into the right shoulder. If you don't get a V-shaped recovery right now, then I would say this is off the table. So that's why I'm suggesting later this week, Bitcoin would have to go to 85K minimum to get this, to validate this pattern I see. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I see. So that's what I got, and that is Bitcoin in a nutshell on the 3-day time frame. And the 50-minute time frame, going back to the 50-minute time frame, I think I'm on a different chart now. No. Well, I had the falling wedge somewhere, and I don't know where that went, so I'll just redraw on this chart. So I'll redraw what I just saw on the other chart. I'm not quite sure where it went. So you take it from the last wick low to the last wick high, and this is your next measure move for Bitcoin. If this falling wedge does break to the upside, which is suggesting the next 2 to 4 hours it can do, your measure move would be approximately 82,300. I'm sorry, 85,300, and that's kind of, it's already starting to get that a little bit of a bounce here, so we'll see what happens. But right now Bitcoin could be at the lows, although I wouldn't suggest that's the case because the 15-minute time frame is not oversold. Usually I see these flags when they do pump, the 15-minute time frame does have to be oversold, so I would not be taking this flag just yet. Again, I said I think that at least the next few hours that the stock market is open, next 2 to 4 hours, I really do see more downside for Bitcoin. It's likely you make a few more red candles before you really do get the bounce. I think they're trying to get everyone to long this right now, saying, "Oh, I see a green candle on the 15-minute, we buy it, and then we get dumped." It's most likely though that I've back tested this that you don't pump on the 15 out of falling wedges unless you're completely oversold, unless you're ultra bullish, which right now doesn't seem to be the case. So my guess is you probably make a few more candles like this, something like this happens, you get a small move up, and then you come back down. This will continue to roll over, and then sometime this early or late afternoon, early evening, I could really see Bitcoin possibly actually putting in a bottom on the 15-minute time frame. But for right now, I just don't see it happening. This indicator, is that what you mean? Yeah, that's trading volume. So I will say this. I don't know why I never use it, but it is on my chart. I just forget it's there. It suggests because you're above $82,100, you would go up to the next high volume node, which is currently sitting at 83,530. And I guess technically you did that. You did that. If you can't get back above this level here, 83,530, you could easily come back down to 82K. So, I mean, we are on the 50-minute time frame, but that's what that is suggesting. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. That's what I see. So really, I guess bulls must reclaim this high volume node here, 83,530. If you don't do that, it's likely you come back down to 82K, and that's a real possibility. I said I was looking for 82.6, 82.7. But if you came down to 82K, even that would not be that crazy. Although I will say, if you came down to 82K, I don't really see this as a falling wedge anymore. So to me, I would like to see that not happen, but anything is possible. So that's I mean that indicator is called the volume range volume profile, and you can get it on TradingView if you go to indicators and just search VRVP. So I believe you can. So you go up to this middle thing right here. If I can, why will it not open? What the heck? I don't. Now I'm messing stuff up. So you're supposed to be able to click this, and then it should be opening. It should be coming up with a search bar, but it's not right now. There you go. I don't know why it wasn't doing it on the other chart. And then you look, and then it's this one right here. You just click that, and then you go. I don't know why it's not doing it on this chart. What is going on? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Okay, I don't know. But on this tab it works. So this one it doesn't. Maybe I need to refresh this tab. Not quite sure what's going on. Let me try that actually, because now I'm not sure. I've never clicked this and not have it not. Well, there you go. Yeah, that was weird. So that's what I see going on. That's the indicator that I use. I mean, I don't really use it very often. I don't use it to trade, but it is interesting to know if you lose one area of price action where the next area to go could be. And yeah. So again, I don't see anyone else on YouTube, so I guess we got one like on YouTube. I appreciate that. But anyways, that's kind of what I got going on. And I see a slightly more downside for Bitcoin on this 50-minute time frame because you're not oversold. The 33-minute probably agree with that. Very overbought on the 33-minute. So honestly, again, a lot of times I would love to long this, but it's so often it just doesn't work out when you're overbought on the 15 and half hour. So again, for the rest of the day, I do see consolidation for Bitcoin, and then sometime tonight or maybe tomorrow, I see a bigger move coming to the upside. So that's where I stand with Bitcoin in a nutshell today. And if I don't see any requests, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'll be back live Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. You think it's reversing? Thank you for the follow, Mark. And that's kind of what I see going on. So I'm going to be wrapping this up in the next few minutes. But that's what I see going on for Bitcoin is consolidation and a move at least down to 82,700, 82,600. That's what I'm predicting. And I will leave it at that because I've gone over that multiple times now. And I'm gonna go back to my trade that I got going on here, and we'll see what happens. I'm considering putting my stop loss on the spot trade at 11.8 because again, if you break that, it's likely you're gonna pump right back up to the 200 on the 1 hour or even on the half hour. So that's probably what I'm gonna do when I leave the stream. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. And honestly, I wouldn't overtrade today because it's Monday and it's usually lackluster. So we'll see what happens. I'll be back live 11 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Now Bitcoin really is trying to get the pump. Let me go to the 5-minute time frame for Bitcoin. And I mean, it's possible you get the pump now. It just usually doesn't happen. The 5-minute's oversold though, so maybe the 5-minute will pump you. It's a possibility. I'm not saying we aren't going to pump here. I've seen it happen more times than not. It's lackluster. Usually doesn't happen. We'll see what happens. Anything's possible. I would not take the long right now, but it could easily pop in my face. I could easily be wrong. If you just look at the 5-minute time frame, that suggests you should definitely take the long. And if you don't look at any other time frames, that would suggest take the long. Put your stop loss down here below the last local low at 83.2, and that's not a bad trade setup if you like the 5-minute. That's actually pretty bullish on the 5-minute, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens. That's what I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. And cheers. I hope you have a great Monday. And again, my advice, as always, you guys respect the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Right now, the trend is down. So I would not counter trade the trend on the macro time frame. When I say the macro time frame, I mean like the daily and 2-day. Although I do see a possible bottom here on the 3-day. I would just be cautious. If you are going to counter trade it, always use a very tight stop loss. And that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers and have a great Monday. Adios. And thank you guys for stopping by and for the support. Also, thank you guys on TikTok for the likes. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this stream up and I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. Thank you guys for stopping by and have a great Monday. Adios. I'm going to stay live a little bit longer on YouTube. But that's just see right now you're at the top of the channel, and it's likely right now that you're coming back down. Like, I mean, 5 minutes not overbought, so maybe I'm wrong, but so many times, like you FOMO into this long because it looks bullish to you on the 5-minute, and then literally it just dumps right back down, and then you go down to your target at 82.6, 82.7. You know, actually, I'm more tempted to take a short here than anything based on what the 15 is telling me. That's a higher time frame. Usually, the higher time frames do win, but sometimes they don't. I mean, obviously, smaller time frames have to win sometimes, right? So I'm going to just take a short here on Bitcoin, actually. So if you guys are watching me on YouTube and not TikTok, then you're getting advice that I didn't give them because I already ended their stream. But I'm going to take this short here on Bitcoin with not, I'm going to just do it for fun and we'll see what happens. I'm going to take the short. It's going to be a very, 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 very small position size, but I'm going to take the short here on Bitcoin and we're going to see what happens. So we're gonna see if I win that or lose this trade. My take profit is gonna be 82,700, or maybe I should do 82,600 because the half hour is also overbought. My stop loss is gonna be above this last wick right here at 83,600, and I'm gonna take a shot. We're going to take a shot. It's just for fun. I'm trading with mint, like just a few bucks just for the heck of it. It's just fun. But I'm going to take the shot on the short. It looks like the most likely scenario is that we get a larger move to the downside. And I will leave it at that. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. That's where I stand. I still see more downside action for Bitcoin for the rest of today. It just looks like the most likely scenario. And I would say this is a day trade short. And it just looks like the most likely scenario. I will say the 15-minute is overbought. Take profit would be 82,600. Stop loss would be 83,600, I think. Maybe I get stopped out in 5 seconds, but that's the trade I have. With that being said, guys, now I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see you guys on Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time for our next one. Cheers, and have a great rest of your Monday. Adios. I gave you the trade setup. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Maybe I'll see some of you guys in the trading group. Link to join is in the description below. I post Bitcoin setups and altcoin setups there throughout the day, every day of the week. So, stop in, stop by, hit the subscribe button there. It's only $30 a month for awesome setups. We make money on it every month. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there. Until next time, cheers and have a great Monday.